We're live? Awesome. Been somewhat inspired to make a quick video today just because I keep getting the same question come up over and over again, and I think it needs to be addressed. So essentially, the question is something along the lines of, what does real confidence look like? And it comes in many different forms, this question. Sometimes it's like, am I the only one who feels socially anxious, or am I the only one who is a people pleaser trying to make everyone like them? There's a sense of loneliness in self-confidence issues, a sense I'm the only one who's like this. I'm the only one who's got this problem. And I just want to put that to bed. So I've been a confidence coach for over 6 years now. And I was working in Department of Corrections, so I was working with people in the criminal justice system, the lowest rung of society, for 7 years before that. And I did a 3 year psychology degree. I have been studying confidence for well over a decade and studying it in very real life terms. I've been working with people who have verified confidence problems and learned to see what that looks like, what the signs are, what the consequences are for their behavior, what all the kind of traits and everything are. I feel very, very certain that I've been trained to a level of expertise to measure a person's confidence. And I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt that when I walk out in the world, and I mean the world, I've been to a lot of different countries. Okay, I've spent significant periods of time interacting with the locals in various different countries, and I can tell you without almost any doubt that nearly everyone has significant confidence problems. I'm talking 9 out of 10 people. When you can see the signs, when you know what the signs look like, it's actually kind of obvious. You don't need to be that well trained. When someone brags during a story, when someone lies to someone else in front of you and you know they're lying to protect feelings or to protect themselves, when somebody dresses up real nice and puts on lots of makeup or shows off their muscles or anything like that, you're seeing all these signs that they're trying to gain approval from something outside of themselves, and confident people just don't do that. Okay, it's the old classic. Confident people just don't give a fuck what you think of them. It's not that they don't care about you or care what you think. It's just that your opinion of them is of no relevance unless they've asked for it. There's no attempt for them to impress you because they've already impressed themselves. Their cup is full. There's no neediness for anything further. So when you look at people and you go, do I see any signs that they're trying to gain approval from somebody else? You'll see it's fucking obvious. The way they dress, they might be, if they're an extrovert, they'll show off and perform and they'll laugh loud and try to get attention. If they're an introvert, they'll try to blend into the background to avoid disapproval, or they'll try to be really thoughtful and caring all the time, even to people they don't like and you know that they don't like. And essentially, this is why I focus on honesty so much, because dishonesty is always an act of low self-confidence. It's saying, I can't handle the consequences of my honesty, so I'm going to take the easy way out. Confident people don't do that. Confident people are therefore honest. The minor exception of pure psychopaths who feel very confident, but theirs is more of a narcissism. It's a self-obsession. It's not confidence in the more sort of loving and present and enlightened sense. It's more just arrogance. So when you're walking around feeling like you're the only one who feels like an imposter or a fraud, and feeling like you're worried that nobody really likes you, or that your world will come crashing down and so on, and that sense of loneliness that you're the only freak that feels this way, I promise you, you're not. You are fucking normal. Okay, it's weird to not be like that. Really, confidence is exceptional. It's not common. It's very, very exceptional. Outliers on the graph. It takes years of work to undo the social conditioning of unhealthy parenting, bad peers, the school system, which all of us had to go through, fucks most of us up because it's so based on outcomes and seeking approval from others, and it's not based on authenticity at all. Very few people come through that system intact. most of us get trauma in our childhood, and because we're traumatized by people who are traumatized themselves, nobody helps us through it properly. We don't process things very well. All of us have had something bad happen to us when we were younger, and that's normal, except we're a society globally now that doesn't process shit very well. So we hold on to it, and we're like children in adults' bodies. You'll see guys and they're big and they're old, or a woman who looks sophisticated and all dressed up, and you think, well, that's an adult. No, they're fucking not. In here, they're not. They're still a child, or at best a teenager, struggling to pretend to be an adult, to make it look like they know what the fuck's going on when they really don't. Okay? I'm in business because most people don't have confidence. All right? And I'm going to remain in business for a very fucking long time because the demand is huge and the supply is very small when it comes to confidence. Nobody even knows how to help others become it because they haven't figured it out for themselves. It took me, I estimate, about 7 years of very difficult self-development work, lots of fear and confusion and challenge and embarrassment. Every fucking week for years, I put myself through it to build self-confidence. And I used to be someone people thought was confident. I was the star of the show, you know? I literally played on stage as a band, but I mean, in a social situation, I would own the room. Everybody thought I was charismatic and charming and funny and all that. And the whole time I was just like heart pounding with anxiety, desperately trying to make people like me. It was all a fucking act. I was very good at acting. Okay? I often think people pleasers would make great actors. I had everyone convinced that there are still people in my past who I speak to who don't believe that I wasn't confident. But I genuinely was not. Now I genuinely fucking am. I just know it. It's kind of like being in love. You just know when it is true and real. Because I earned it one painful step at a time. I've got a lot of scars from my battle to build confidence. And most people are not willing to go through that journey. And I came from a pretty privileged, like classic middle class white guy background. So I had the best possible advantage in this journey. It still took me 7 fucking years and decades of studying psychology to figure it out. So you imagine if someone comes from a shitty background, you double that. It's even harder. Someone who's significantly traumatized or abused when they're younger, you triple it. It's even harder. And we're talking about most people. So you're not alone. You're not a freak. If you lack self-confidence, you don't know why the fuck you're here, you're worried what people think of you, you're desperately trying to make people like you, you're obsessed with outcomes like money and approval and sex, you're just like everybody else. Really. It's the people who are not like that who are the exceptions. Hope that helps someone. I just had to throw that out there because people seem to have the impression that they're all alone when they're really one of the many. Have yourselves a great week. Bye.